Hello, what is resistant line when it comes to swing trading and why does it matter? Well, resistant line is traced at the top of the mountain. Let's pick an example here. Today is February 18, 2026, and we are going to analyze Visa. So using maximum daily chart, we have Visa here. And when we are looking at it, we have the top of the mountain and we have the valley of the mountain. So the resistant line is traced passing by the top of the mountain, and depending on the swing trading strategy you are using, it might matter to you. When it comes to me, the resistant line does not matter to me to buy stocks. I think about it to sell stocks because swing trading growth stocks. I pay attention to the higher lows for the support line passing by the higher lows of the chart. That is where I want to buy the stock. So I don't really pay attention to the resistance line, but depending on how you are tracing your support line, your resistance line can become, the past resistance line can become a present support line. And I have some stocks on my watch list, especially last year, that I noticed that they tend to rise at a previous resistance line before they start going up. And depending on the strategy you are using, it might matter to you. When we take Visa, for instance, we notice that this is the support line passing by the higher lows of the chart. But when you are looking at where it is right now, you'll notice that it coincides with this top of the mountain. So you can trace a resistance line passing by this mountain here, and it will be the support line that Visa chart is resting on, and cool decided to go up from there. It rests on it here and went up from there before pulling back again. So previous peak of the mountain can become a support line currently for a stock. I just don't pay attention to it. So I like to just talk about the peak of the mountain and the valley of the mountain. But the peak of the mountain is the resistance line. And that resistance line can become a support line for a stock that is going up. It is called resistance line because when the stock is trying to breach that level to go higher, it might linger there a little bit before breaking through that resistance line for some stock. But for some others, they might glide through it easily. But I just don't pay attention to my resistance line when it comes to buying stocks. When it comes to selling the stock, I pay attention to the top of the mountain. That is the way I like to call it. You can call it resistant line, but I just feel like you are calling it as a resistant line when the stock is trying to break through that area or is resting around that area to start going up. But I like to view it as the top of the mountain rather than a resistant area. So using long option and swing trading strategy, I like to buy at the valley or around the valley and sell it around the top of the mountain that you might call a resistant line, and I'll call it the top of the mountain. So the way I view it is when you are seeing this arrow here, that means above Visa around this valley line recently, and then having it, unless it goes down here where I will buy it again. If it start going up from there, now that I have it in my portfolio, I will be thinking about where I'm going to sell it. So therefore, I will compare where the price is right now to the top of the mountain. And because I'm using maximum daily chart, it's showing me all times highest price. So therefore, I'm aiming to sell it after it breach this resistant line, after it exceeded this previous peak. But I'm not going to sell it right away there, but I will try to go to the past. Last time it touched base with this support line and exceeded the previous top, which will be around this area. About 6 month time frame, we have the dates on the x-axis and the price on the y-axis. And here is in March same year, and here is September. About 6 month time frame, it exceeded the previous top and pulled back. So on its way, it was using a support line to support the upside wall of the mountain is claiming. So it pulled back, but it didn't pull back all the way to the original support line, original valley line, if we'll call this a valley line, because it's quite short though, it's 3 years long. So there is a chance it could go lower to this one. But let's assume this is the valley line. So when it pull back to it, it start going up from there again. So from this area, which was in July, it went all the way here, pull back again, but didn't go all the way down. And at this point, we could, if we do this, it's going to go cross this. So we can try another one. To go right at the bottom of that dip, but clearly it could be this one. So it went up, pulled back, and pulled back sharply, and then went up again. But this highest peak is not too far from this one. So technically this would be a good area to sell it and get out, because it dipped and then went back up, but not too far up. This is like 365 and this is 375. Okay, $10 difference, and then start going down from there. So by just looking at it, if we go all the way to this area from July 1 year to March the other, is 5-3-8 months time frame there. So if it's going to repeat the same process, I will say, okay, it touched base with this valley line, so I will sell it in about 8 months time frame. And that 8 month time frame, I'm expecting it to surpass this valley line way ahead of that and continue, because it did it here within what, from July to September, 2 months. So if it, if it's going to repeat this process about 2 months, it will exceed this area, but I'm not going to sell it, and I can hold on to it for about 8 months or so and sell it. But that will be my default analysis, but does not mean in reality that's what will happen. But I have that framework in the background to work with and see what is really going on there. But that is in the sense that I use my resistant line, and that is how important it is for me. Not to buy stocks, but to sell it. I rely on it to see how far longer I can stay in the trade before I sell it. But then some stocks, once it reach all-time highest price, once it reach the previous highest price, it might drop. Then I know that for those stocks, once the price exceeded the previous all-time highest price, it's fine for me to sell it and get out of the trade. But some other time, once it exceeded, it will continue going up for a certain period of time. Some of them for more than a year, and some of them for less. And I like to use that as a guideline. What happened in the past, to see if it's going to repeat that pattern, and use that as a guideline to see if I can stay in the trade longer, accumulating more profit before I sell it. So that, based on the strategy that I use, that is how I reference my resistance line. I refer to it as the top of the mountain that the stocks, the chart is, the price is trying to exceed. And I like to wait past that area before I sell my stock. So I don't use it to buy stocks, but I use it to sell my stock. It is my default exit point. As my valley line, my support line, passing by the valley of the mountain, is my default entry point. And my resistance line is my default exit point. And when I reach that area, I decide if I want to sell it or if I want to stay in the trade longer. For that reason, I use maximum chart so that I can see that highlighted highest price flagged on the chart for me, that I can use as a reference to analyze where the stock is in relation to that top of the mountain and the valley of the mountain. When it comes to Visa, will I buy it today? Well, it's still around the valley line, so yes, it is my buy zone. Keeping in mind that there is this valley line that it could go to. So we can zoom a little bit to see what is going on. So I purchased it somewhere there. It has been around this area for some while. Every single bar is a daily bar because we are using daily chart here. And I purchased it, but again, and then it pulled back, so I should be negative in it right now in my account. But we will see if it's going to go up from here or if it's going to go lower. So we are going to go to maximum monthly chart to see this one at the bottom here. So you can see this one is longer, it's multiple years long. So I believe this is the true valley line. So therefore the cycle started here, it has not ended yet. So there is a big possibility that it's going to come down here. When, I don't know. So I purchased it there, but there is a chance it might decide to come back down here before going back up, in which case I will be negative in it for a while and I'm okay. And when it comes down here, I will buy some more, and I don't think it's going to come this low. So this is my target valley line. However, I purchased it here and I'm fine with it. In 2025, I didn't find any entry at all here because I don't know when it's going to be done going up. So therefore, I didn't buy it. I bought it in 2024 using short uptrend and swing trading strategy. In 2025, with my long uptrend and swing trading strategy, I didn't really find it around this valley line. It left it in 2024. So therefore, I waited on it, and I was not sure if it's going to, continue, if this is going to be the valley line or if it's going to come lower. So I wait on it, and this year when it reached this valley line or support line, I bought it in case it's the support line supporting the upside wall of the mountain that is claiming. If that's what it is, at some point it's going to be done and decided to come down here. And that's what I think is going to happen, when I'm not entirely sure. So, but in the meantime, I bought it in case this is going to be the new valley line. And if it is, then I didn't miss it. If it is not, then I'll be trapped in it until it comes down here, and I'll buy some more, and then we'll go up. And then I know that this is really the valley line if I want to use long up to launching trading strategy, and this is the support line supporting the upside wall of the mountain that is claiming. So that is my analysis. So will I buy around this support line? Yes, of course. I already purchased it. I won't be buying it again unless it comes closer to this line. Until then, where it is now is close to where I already purchased it, so there is no point of me buying it again unless there is quite a difference between that, but I don't really think it really matters. So 324 range here, and where it is now is 319, so it's not much difference there for me to buy it again so soon. So I prefer to wait in case it goes lower. I can buy more, but if it start going up from here, that's good. So as long as it breach my um, buying zone going lower, it is a buying time for me to be purchasing anywhere around this area, knowing that there is a chance it could go all the way down, there is a chance it may not, but it's still within my buying zone. So yes, it will be the answer. But since I already purchased it, and there is not much gap between where I purchased it and where it's right now, I won't buy it again. So thank you so much for watching our videos. We thank you for your time. Thank you for all your comments, and we thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and in sub.com our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. For more swing trading, for more videos in this series, please check the playlist in the description of this video, how to start swing trading step by step using long Uptrend. And we do have other playlists related to swing trading as well. Thank you. Happy swing trading.